Hello and welcome back to another episode of the C'Q The WatchGuy podcast with me, C'Q The WatchGuy. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Another beautiful day in paradise here, David SW, Miami. I can't complain. It's a little hot, but we don't complain about the heat because it could be much hotter. You know, I was talking to some friends in Dubai this morning, and 50 degrees Celsius-ish, which is around like 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So not much to complain for a little humidity. I got to wear some Hawaiian shirts and short sleeves, having some fun. Anyways, I was thinking, what do we talk about this week? And I wanted to switch it up just a little bit. It's summertime. A lot of people are, enhancing their collections, changing things up. This is a great time for collectors to kind of, reflect and refresh their collection, which is a shout out to episode 1 of the podcast, which started in the summer as well. You look at what you have, you kind of spec out your collecting goals for the near future. You know what releases that came out that are being delivered, starting here, especially on the Rolex Patek side, things like that, those bigger watches and wondrous brands. And you kind of figure out what you want to do. But it's also a great time where it's like, I want to do something fun. Whether you get to take a long vacation or not, I think summertime is a great time to do something for yourself. This is kind of the midway point of the year. You've been working really hard, or maybe not. Maybe you just want to enjoy life a little bit more. Who cares, right? I think summer is a great time just to add a new piece to the collection, but also something a little bit out of the norm. Right? If you get tired of it and you trade it back by the holiday season, right? But I always think it's a great time to get some good deals out there, especially for, not the usual suspect brands. And, have a little fun, man. It's summertime. Take a load off, hit a lake, an ocean, a beach, some type of body of water. Get in there. If you can't swim, just go knee high, but enjoy yourself and just take in that beautiful sunshine. Again, not if you're in Dubai or any of my friends in the Middle East. Stay inside, come out at nighttime, and stay hydrated, please. Very, very important out there. Anyway, so I decided to pick 4 watches that I would love in my summer rotation if I just started from zero today. And I said, okay, no real budget restriction here, but I try to keep it, semi-reasonable, except for the end, which kind of went heavy there. But, pieces that I personally would love to enjoy, pieces that I think you guys would love to enjoy and wear in your collection as well. But everything is just has something fun about it, to be honest with you. When I think about summer watches, I want versatility. I might be traveling a lot, so I want something that's going to look good in many different scenarios. I'm going to be wearing this. I might have to go to a fancy dinner. I might have to dress up. I want something that can accompany me, and even if it might be something that's a little bit out there, there's still a nice story behind it. So versatility, and fun is really all I think about summer. Sometimes, I think a little bit about divers. Should a diver be in there? Not everybody's doing diving. So many of these watches, you can get a little wet in the pool. They're pool resistant, right? So most of these are pool resistant. So I don't dive too heavy in the diver segment. We can save that for a full-on diving episode. Anyways, let's start out with a very fun piece, the Bulgari Aluminium Chronograph. So this is the newer re-edition in 41 millimeters. There's so much love about this watch. First, it's such a uniquely beautiful piece. If you've been collecting for a while, you remember these pieces originally came out in the early 90s, I believe. And there's something about them. I remember when I first started in the industry, which is 2012, I would see these and be like, I don't know why, but I'm very interested to them. A lot of my clients from Latin America, this is huge there, but all over, right? Because it's a fun, unique piece. It's aluminum, so it's so light. I'm a big fan of aluminum watches. Not many of them out there because it's lighter than titanium and it gives you a real nice brightness compared to some titanium watches. Really nice brightness, and they do a very nice kind of vulcanized rubber here. On the bezel, very hardened rubber. On the strap, it's a very durable kind of vulcanized. I think they have their own special term for it, rubber as well. And it looks just so unique. It's so, either you like it or you don't. I'm not here to tell you have to love this piece. Some people will see this and be like, oh, that's interesting. Some people see this and just say, not my style. It's a little too out there for me. But at $38.75 for a chronograph in aluminum against a material that the other aluminum piece I can think off the top of my head, you're talking Journe, so we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. So $38.75 aluminum and rubber chronograph. It's a Bulgari So there's a timelessness that comes with most Bulgari watches, right? So it has that timelessness, but it's sporty. You can have fun with it. You can wear it with shorts. I'd even wear this in a suit, to be honest, because it's such a funky watch. It kind of stands out in its own identity. Box and papers on 138.75. These retail pretty close to 5,000 as well. So you get a good value here. And again, not for everybody, but if you're looking for a nice, fun chronograph, something unique, you don't want to break the bank, but you also don't want to have the same watch as everybody else in the watch meetup. Check out the Bulgari 10386 aluminum, and all the aluminum pieces are actually pretty nice. But this particular one, I think, is a great value to get a newer one in the bigger size, 41 millimeter as well. Most of them are 40s or smaller. So this one for the big wrist brothers out there, hop on it. I think you'll love it. Let's jump on down the chain with the Rolex OP36, reference 126,000, with this beautiful coral red dial. When all the OP colored dials came out, everybody jumped towards the turquoise because Tiffany blue, blah, 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 the hype. But they're also beautiful. And me personally, I always went back and forth. Do I like the green or the yellow? But it was when I saw the red and really had, some time with the red. It is so beautiful. It is a true coral red. So almost like a little bit of a burnt orange there. Really a nice pop of color on just such a timeless classic watch. And I love this for a summer piece because it's fun. It's fun, but it's still a tank. It's still an OP, so I can wear it in pretty much any scenario. There's not even a date on it, so I just got to keep the time set, and we're good to go. I don't have to worry about readjusting it or anything like that. So it's a great pick up and go piece, but just this beautiful poppy coral red dial, it sings to me. It sings to me in the picture. It sings to me when I see it in the metal on the wrist. It's beautiful. It is a brighter color, but it's still something. It doesn't yell across the room too much. It orates a little bit, but it doesn't give you a full yell down, stare down. Just a nice pop of color on a beautiful piece. This one, full box and papers, Feb 2021. We have for 14,375, and these have been discontinued now as well. So you have a little bit more exclusivity on this piece too, and something that I think will be very, very collectible down the line as well. I think people always look for these. I'm not saying this will be a $40,000, $50,000 watch, but I do think it's something where you can spend some scratch and do expect a lot of your value to hold over time on this piece, because I think many people who get it, like with all the color OPs, you keep it at a certain level. Of course, the blue dial was the value you were getting there for the flip. I understand when many people do it, but I think at these price points now, they're very nice and stable. And this is my favorite, the coral red dial. Get this watch, take it in the ocean, right? Take it to see some corals. Maybe not that deep, but have some fun with it. I'm smiling. I don't think it's a watch you can look at too long without putting a smirk or smile on the face. So that is my second pick of the day. Third, we have a Skydweller, the black dial Skydweller on the Jubilee. This is the older version, 326934. I don't think there's too much to cry about between two different versions, unless you really, really want the newest new and the updates there. I think the black Skydweller on the Jubilee is a great summer piece because versatility to the max. You get a little bit of a complication there because I can't do a bunch of time-only pieces. I need something complicated because I'm CQ, I'm a complicated guy, need a complicated watch in the lineup. And I just love the Jubilee bracelet. I love the black dial. Of course, you hear me hemming and hawing about the green dial, how much I love that. The blue dial is also excellent. But sometimes you forget about the black and silver dials, silver white dials. And to me, the black dial is probably one of the most versatile because you could do anything, especially paired on the Jubilee bracelet. I think it dresses it up just enough where I'd be happy to wear this in a very dressy environment. Wouldn't take it off. I'd go, do some sporting with this on as well because it's meant to take that. And it's the most complicated wristwatch Rolex produces. So to me, this just hits the nail on so many heads. And it's a great piece. And I just love it on a Jubilee bracelet. The Oyster had me with blacked out a little bit, but I've seen over the past couple months, a few, and spent some time with a few on the Jubilee. And I think it's the way. So great piece to get on the wrist, full box and paper. This one's from October 2022. And we have it for 22,875. Again, a great addition to a summer lineup. Now, drum roll. Need a soundboard. Now, last but certainly not least, I was like, let's go heavy. Why not? We got this piece in maybe a week or so ago, and it is one of my top 5 favorite watches of all time. It is the FP Journe lineSport Centigraphe in rose gold. When people think about Journe, they don't often think about sports watches. They don't think about the lineSports line, and for obvious reasons, right? Journe was the pieces that Journe made famous are more dressier pieces, more on the complicated side. Sports, wasn't his main focus. But what I love so much about that is when he decided to do some sports pieces, you get things that just don't exist. And that is like the lineSport Centigraphe rose gold. 44 millimeter case here. Listen to me. It's only 11 millimeters thick. So it's thinner than a Daytona. The new version and the old version. It's thinner than that. So at 44, it really, once you have it on the wrist, it feels, it can fit many wrists. It can fit my big paws, but I think somebody, even a 6.5 or a small wrist can wear this. And once you size it, it feels really good because the lugs aren't too big on it. Very, very tapered into the case. And it's thin, 11 millimeters, super thin for what you have going on here. Let's go to the case. 18 karat rose gold. I'd call this even a red gold. 6N rose gold, meaning they put a little bit more extra copper in there to really give you a nice redness to it. And it's also a hammered frosted finish. So it's hard to tell in the pictures. I'm hoping the video will do it a little bit better. But the bracelet is all individually hammered. So it feels like sand, to be honest with you. It's not like the AP Frost is a little bit more finer than that. So, I compare this to like sand on the beach, like a sugar sand. It just looks so great and a nice sparkle from rose gold. So I love that because it gives you a full rose gold piece on a rose gold bracelet, but it's not high polished, very, very little high polishing just on the sides on this. So it's something I can wear, right? Even though it's a big gold piece where something is weird, it's not blinging. When light hits it, it doesn't shine everywhere. And then let's get into the complication. It's a Centigraphe. So you have a 1/100th of a second counter on this watch. Does it need to exist? No. But that's what we love about Journe. Is like, it doesn't need to exist. But if he's going to do it, he's just going to make it so unique and over-engineered until it is pure perfection. And every time I play with a Centigraphe and I turn one on, and it has the best action of any chronograph out there because you have that 100 second hand just spinning crazy. It can only go up to 10 minutes as well. So you have the 100 seconds, the tenths of a second, and then the minutes kind of just going crazy. And the speed is just amazing. It's a true ballet on the wrist. And it's like, it makes you want to time things and you forget that it's only 10 minutes. But what do I need to really time on my watch for more than 10 minutes? And the engineering and everything that goes into that, again, thinner than a Rolex Daytona. And I keep saying that because there are a lot of watches that will give you, great complications and even super engineered chronographs that are little thick babies. This one is nice and thin. Go to the movement, 18 karat rose gold movement. Nobody's doing gold movements. And the dial as well, rhodium. So you have a nice, beautiful charcoal gray. The subdials are silver. You have a black bezel. Numbers are applied solid gold. I love everything about this watch, and you should too. If you're looking for something in this price range and you don't know what to get, and maybe you're thinking of 5980, 5990, you're thinking of Vacheron chronograph, you're thinking a high-end sports watch, and you love gold, you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not looking at the FP Journe lineSport Centigraphe in rose gold. I'm telling you that honestly, you're doing yourself a disservice because it is just such a great watch. On the wrist, once it's sized, it fits so well, and there's so few of these out there. In the scheme of all watches, Journe as a whole, there's few. The sports series is not a collection that they did high production on in such a low production factor anyways. So to me, these are some of the best pieces, especially at today's prices. These are some pieces that you can get and spend this type of money and feel very, very confident that you're going to have a lot of value. That I don't know where it's going to be in 5-10 years, but I can say very confidently, I think you hold a lot of value of your watch here. And these, in my opinion, will just get more popular and popular as more people discover lineSports, because there's so many watches out there that you're paying this money anyways, right? It's $115,875, but they don't give you everything that this watch gives you. But again, this is not a watch that you really get to try on, right? Very few people have these watches and have them to show. But yeah, as you can see, I'm a big Centigraphe fan. I'm a big Journe guy. I'm a big Journe lineSport fan in particular, because there's nobody else doing sports watches in that way. So yeah, you should definitely take a chance. If you're thinking rose gold, you're thinking a big boy, you want something for the yacht, maybe don't jump in the water too much. You could splash a little bit, but you need something for the yacht. Check out the FE Journe lineSport Centigraphe in rose gold. You will not regret it. I'm C'Q The Watch Guy. I'm going to thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, buy what you love.